Hey there everybody, how's it going? Nice to see you again. So today I got the old Intrepid out. I think it's a Gen 5 4x5. It's the current one. And I ordered a couple of Intrepid accessories that are really interesting. And I wanted to show them to you. So I don't think they make the one accessory they do make for the Chamonix because it's not a proprietary thing. But this back focusing hood, Chamonix doesn't make one of those. Let me see if I get this a little closer to the camera. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, so what I wanted to do was make it a little quicker to not have to use a dark cloth, like if it's breezy but I can still take a photograph. The dark cloth, it doesn't take a lot of wind to make the dark cloth really cumbersome. And what this does is it was $90 and it comes just like this, and what it is they include the a Fresnel and a focusing screen with it. And let me show you. This is the standard focusing screen and holder with a Fresnel that comes with the camera. So when you buy a Intrepid 4x5 with a Fresnel as an option, or without a Fresnel, it comes with a focusing screen just like this. You put your film in there, right? You know how that works. I got this accessory with my Zone 6, and this is a wonderful thing because when I'm packing this camera around, I put that on there. It protects the ground glass when it's in my pack. So that I don't know if Intrepid sells these or not. I don't think they do. I haven't really seen where you can get these. I'm just glad I got the one I got. If anybody knows where to get these, put a comment below and I'll pin it, because these are really useful things if you have a 4x5 to protect your ground glass. But Intrepid sells this accessory, and all you do is pop out your ground glass holder, the standard one, and pop in this like so. And how this works is it folds down and folds out, and the protection part, the hard plastic, 3D printed plastic part, goes on the bottom, and that helps hold it open. And what that does is it gives you I don't have a lens in there, but it gives you a hood so you can compose your image without a dark cloth. And it's not as good as a dark cloth in terms of being able to see in bright light, but it definitely works, and it's a lot better, a lot easier to deploy than a dark cloth, particularly when it's breezy out. Okay, so that's accessory number one. This material, I looked it up, this is the same material they make the bellows out of, and they say it's like a vinyl. So it should be pretty durable. It feels like cardboard or paper, but it's not. It's a vinyl, and it just folds up like so and protects your ground glass and your Fresnel, and it makes it much quicker and easier to use your Intrepid in the field. Another accessory I picked up, which I'm glad I did now, they sell these on Amazon. It's not the highest quality thing in the world, but I don't know. It seems like it's okay. It's got a little bit of play in it, and I don't know. It could, for the money you pay, it could be a little higher quality. And they said it had rubber ends, but it sure feels like metal to me. But this is the E-tone focusing loop, and what's cool about this, and I like how long it is, because now I can get into here and focus with this hood on for critical focusing. So that's another accessory I picked up to make my life a little bit easier. It's a little heavy too. For the money, I wish it was a little higher quality, but it is what it is. And so we're going to give that a shot. And I might shop around and see if like somebody else, like I think Horseman, I think made a focusing loop. They might be up on eBay. This was about $100, and it's kind of expensive for the level of quality it is. It should be a little higher quality for the money. It works, I just don't know, it's already got some play in it, you know, but I need to look into the Horseman or whatever and see. I might send this back because I only picked it up like a week or so ago, and if the Horseman is in the same ballpark, or if somebody else makes a focusing loop that's a big long one like that, that's good quality at a decent price, I might try a better quality one. And the last thing I picked up is this funny looking dark slide with a cutout here, and I'm pretty sure this is an Intrepid 3D printed deal. The problem is I tried it the other night and I processed the film. What this does, I brought this out for demonstration purposes. There's no film in this holder. What this does is you put the holder in the camera, right, with the lens shut down. You pull out, so the camera's dark. You pull out the dark slide. What is going on? You put the holder in the camera, you pull out the dark slide with the lens and everything shut down. You take this gizmo and you slide it in like so, and you can see what it's doing there, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you slide it in like so. The only thing is, it's thicker than the Fidelity holder. It's thicker than the Fidelity dark slide, and so it's kind of a faff to get it in there, but you got to line it up and then stick it in there. And then one of the things I noticed the other day was if you push it all the way in, you're not getting your full image. So you actually need to pull it out. Boy, it is a tight fit. And make it even with this, and it'll come all the way to this section, but it'll give you the full length. The problem is it's so thick that the light baffle in here, it seems to be stretching the light baffle, and so it's fogging the edge of the image here. So I'm going to try a few things today to try to combat that. One of the things I'm going to do is when I put this in, I'm going to try, because it's such a faff to get in there because it's so much thicker than the standard Fidelity dark slide. It might work better with my Toyo film holders, but I don't know. I haven't tried that, and I've got color film and all those, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But what I'm going to try to do is try to put the dark cloth over the whole camera and slide it in to shade it a little bit, maybe. Try something like that. All right, so how this would work is you take your film holder, you put it in your camera, like so. Your lens is closed, verify that. You pull out the standard dark slide, which is thinner, like I said. So you would have composed for the top half of the image, right? And then very carefully, you slide this in. So this is flush here. You don't push it all the way in because you don't want to cut it off. That went in pretty good. You take your exposure, click, you pull this out. Sure, you pull that out. You put in your dark slide. You pull this out, okay? So then you would recompose to move your image to, if you want to do a duplicate of the same scene, you would recompose real quickly. You can actually do it if you have enough coverage on your lens by doing rise and fall. So recompose on the ground glass, that's really easy. It's not a big deal. The other night it was like clip, whip, whip, and it was done. Then you take your film holder again, pop it in, make sure your lens is closed, pull out your dark slide. Now you want to do the bottom image. So one of the things that I would do, and I think I'm going to implement that right now, is I'm going to say I always do the top first and then the bottom second, okay? So then you take your dark slide, your half frame dark slide, and you flip it over, because now we're going to expose the bottom half, and very carefully right, slide that in till it's, let me see if I go too far there. I want to go a little bit out to get the full frame. Take your exposure, okay? Pull this out. This is harder to explain than it is to do, with the only caveat that sliding this thing in and out is kind of rough, and I've been fogging the edges of the film, so today I want to experiment and take some test shots and see if I can not fog the edges of the film. Put your dark slide in. I use the convention where white is unexposed, black is exposed. and then put your dark slide back in, turn your lock, take out your film holder, and now you have a 2" by 5" 2 of them on one negative, and it's like, I mean, the Xpan is like that by like that, okay? This is half of a 4x5. So this is a much larger negative for a panoramic. The Xpan is 24 millimeters by 65 millimeters, which is like an inch by maybe 2 inches or something. This is 2 inches by 5 inches. So if this works, if I can get this to work without fogging the edge, this is going to be a really cool thing to do panoramics with the 4x5. So I'm going to go test it, and hopefully whatever I get, I'm going to try some different things. I'm going to try a couple of frames without putting the cloth over the top, and I'm going to try a couple of frames with the cloth over the top. I want to see, and I'm going to be very careful when I insert that half dark slide and not, you know, riff it back and forth so it widens the gap and lets the light in. I am suspicious that it's the thickness of the dark slide that's pushing open there's little felt light baffles in these film holders, and I'm suspicious that it's too thick. One of the possibilities also is, if you're handy, you could also take an old dark slide and cut that down, and then that would probably work better because it's the right thickness. So anyway, I'm gonna go take some shots and then we'll see how we get on. So I did an incident reading and I got 1 second at f45 ISO 100. It's Cat Labs 80, but close enough. And I did a spot reading and I got 1/8 of a second. So 8, quarter, half, 1, 8, quarter, half, 1. Yeah, I'll probably bracket a half and 1 second. So those are my exposures, and I'm all set to go. I got my dark cloth. The first one, so this would be 3A1 and 3A2, are going to be half second and 1 second, and they're going to be without the dark cloth, and just being careful inserting the half frame dark slide. All right. Close the lens, f45, test shot, half second, perfect. If the shutter works, you know the lens is closed. Fold up my new focusing hood, which works a treat. Makes it so much easier. Make sure everything's locked down. Camera doesn't go spinning all over the place. Okay, 3A. That's seated. Being very careful now, I'm going to do the top exposure first. Dark slides out. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about that. Just not easy to get in there. Really have to reef on it. So, all right, let's see. Block that sun with the dark slide. 1 second. So there was a mistake. What threw me off was reefing on this, trying to get it in there. It's the edges are probably fogged anyway, but this mistake is I didn't recompose. So now I've got one, you know, it's as if I had taken a 4x5 image and all I did was put a line down the middle. That was really stupid. So let me try the same thing on the other side. It may be the fidelity holders are, you know, aren't up to. it may be that this is too thick. It may be the fidelity holders are the light baffles aren't very good. I don't know what, you know, but we'll see. I have a feeling that the edges are going to be fogged a little bit. I mean, it's still a usable image. You're just losing like maybe a centimeter off the edge. You know, I want all the panoramic I can get. So yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it on side B and not screw it up this time. And see if I could be a little bit more precise in getting this thing in there without like reefing on it. All right, ½ second on the top, F45, here we go. Holy smokes, that's in there. I need a tool to get it out. Jeez. Yeah, I might have to send an email to Intrepid and see what they have to say. All right, dark slide back in. Now I need to recompose, so I'll put all these over here. We're going to go 1 second on the bottom. F45, 1 second, test the shutter. Shutter works, that means the shutter is closed. Dark slide out. Doing the bottom now. Alright, pull that out, put the old one in, get the fuzz from my pocket off. Alright, so that's the Intrepid half frame dark slide, which, yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, if it worked a little smoother, I mean, I understand the concept and it's a great idea, but I'm not really confident that I got those images. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to expose 2 sheets of film and just center the whole thing, and then I can crop in the darkroom. This is being cheap in the sense that, like, instead of using a whole sheet of film, you're getting 2 images on 1 sheet of film. I mean, if it worked, that's great, but if you lose half of it, or, you know, if you can't get it, if it's fogging the edges, that's not going to work. So, so mixed review on this so far. I'll keep messing with it. Maybe I'll shoot an email to Intrepid, see what they have to say. I'm going to take ½ a second and 1 second exposure on this, but I'm going to recompose and center everything, and then crop in the darkroom to get the same thing, except I'm using one whole sheet of film. 4x5 is not that bad. I mean, I think the Cat Labs works out to like $1.40 a sheet. So these would be 70 cents a piece. Using this, if they turned out, if it wasn't such a faff. For 70 cents, I mean, geez, you know, I shoot, how many sheets of film do I go through a year, right? So I think this might be a false economy, actually, but it was worth a shot, and we'll see what if I can get it to work. All right, so I'm gonna go get another film holder and do the thing. So there's a quick review of some gear. Let's see what the images look like, and we'll go from there. Thanks for coming out today. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you out here. Have a great one. Bye.